Preparatory foundational footwork. This material helps address a good guard, actually has protective faculties in that a correct guard is going to be more correct for the knees, the hips, so it's an injury prevention exercise also. Some of the material, if you were familiar, would seem like it's coming out of a Pilates program. All things that have to do with good posture. We will assume that you have already warmed up the athlete. Some of this material could also be used as warm-up, can be incorporated into games. Absolutely, I recommend you do it to music. Help give the rhythm and the beat. But the basic material is just to learn to stand straight and develop the strength in the quadriceps and the hip stability structure. I have the students stand with the heels together, the toes at a 90-degree angle, facing straight forwards. I call this attention position. So they are not like soldier attention, but standing straight, relaxed. This way their eyes are looking straight at you. They will have the best visual impression. Their ears are equally balanced, so they will have the best auditory processing. Critical learning factors. If they're standing like this, they're thinking about their own balance, they're not paying attention to you. If they're standing like this, the body isn't really properly engaged. Simple, straight posture like this is going to give them better focus. And this is where they're going to be starting eventually. In the beginning, just have them learn to stand straight, shoulders back, arms relaxed. Lift the heels and down. They're learning to feel their center of balance. They could be moving around on their toes a little bit and down. Up. And then bend the knees. What the student will do is they will collapse together. You want to make sure they're staying straight and the knees going out over the toes. Up and then down. Up. And this is, of course, one of the mistakes the students will make. They will lift, and instead of staying straight, they will put their heels down and lean over. This is a sign of a weak core, not enough strength in the quadriceps. They're trying to use the lower back, just like somebody doing an improper squat. Lift, bend. Again, they will let themselves collapse together. You want the knees pressed out. This is going to give them a better on guard. So I'm not leaning over as they fight their balance and improve their proprioceptor function. They will learn to stand straight as they strengthen their core. They will learn to stand straight and engage their hip structure. Again, very important, knees go out and down. You, of course, have some of the younger ones that will collapse all the way down. They'll sit all the way down on their heels. That's not what we want either. We want quadricep gluteus engagement. Lift, bend, bend. I will often use my hands as signals also. And down. To start to move their toes and heels correctly, just have them lift one toe. And of course, this is what they will do. They will sway, they will rock. You don't want them leaning. You want them staying nice and straight. The knee should be a little bit bent even when lifting the toe. Trying to engage the muscles here in the front of the shin without locking the hip. That's going to give them a better start to their advances and lunges. They have to lift both sides. The one bad thing about fencing is we are a one-sided sport, so it's always important to be sure in warm-up you are practicing both sides. Lift a toe, lift the other toe. Lift the heel, again, they don't want to be rocking. Lift the other heel and down. Then the super test, lift one toe and one heel. And of course, again, this is what the student will do. They'll be leaning all over the place. They're learning to engage the shins and lift the toe. to lift the heel and down. And then you just have them alternate. And of course, this is what you will see. Twisting and turning. You want them to learn to just lift. And even when I'm lifting my toe, my knee still stays bent. Have them lift the heel, swing it out, and swing it in. And of course, this is what they will do. They will turn the whole body. You want the hips to be straight forwards, shoulders straight, so you're just rotating out of the hip socket. Lifting the toe, and I always explain it here in Pennsylvania as we are crushing bugs. The spotted lanternfly has to be crushed. Anything you can do that makes it a little bit amusing for the student and helps them remember is always a good part of teaching. I lift my toe, and my toe and my heel. And now I lift my toe and I swing it in and out. I swing it in and out. I swing out the heel and I swing in the toe. So now I'm a little bit knock-kneed. I swing out the toe and swing in the heel. Again, I'm keeping my hips and torso straight forwards. And of course, this is what you will be getting. Heel, toe, toe, heel. Heel, toe, toe, heel. When they're first learning, one part at a time. As they improve, and of course they will be standing up and leaning over trying to do it. You want them to be sitting down, lifting the heel and toe, and rotating. I'm getting adductor function, which is going to help me stabilize in my lunges, prevent groin pulls. I'm getting abductor function so that when I'm on guard, my knees are pressing apart, not collapsing inward. And I've developed these muscles as, again, they improve. Now you can do it faster. You can shuffle apart, shuffle together, shuffle apart. This is harder to shuffle when the feet are wider, but this is where you're going to want them in on guard. And shuffle back. That's a wonderful little workout, warm up. Most of the time students should warm up a little bit with light running, something like that, before they do this, okay? Doing this really becomes a strength training exercise for them. Quick look at the shuffle from the side. Heel, toe, toe, heel. And both together, and shuffle back. Heel, toe, toe, heel. And down. And that's the first foundation for strength training for hip and thigh development. Press hip.